Live from our Coronation Park studios in Babane, it's just gone 10 o'clock Central Africa time. Good evening and welcome to the news at 10, brought to you by Eswatini Television. I am Sadabo Ngwana alongside Teskalognen on sign language. Great to have you with us and making us your news channel of choice. We begin here, your top stories this hour. The Ministry of Health has recalled 12 types of expired and poor quality medicines in a year. The Ministry of Health owes EPTC 26 million Malangeni. Government is renovating mortuaries situated in some government hospitals around the country. Good evening, the news in detail. The Ministry of Health has recalled 12 types of expired and poor quality medicines in a year. This was revealed by the ministry's officials during a Public Accounts Committee session on Wednesday.
The Ministry of Health has confirmed 12 recalls of expired and poor quality medicines in a year. Mangayane Government Hospital, according to findings by the Public Accounts Committee, experiences a number of drug recalls as well as shortages of drugs.
Inombolo nase yonke ngithwele ukufa wemithi lengathi irecalliwe shokuthi kube ne-paracetamol lebuye kuSwazi Farm kwaba ne-aspirin 300 milligrams nayo ibuye kuSwazi Farm kube ne-enalapril 20 milligrams ibuye kuSwazi Farm ne-cloxacillin sodium.
The Honorable Committee debated the matter.
For the Christian University coroning officer, would see how far engagement because they have the drug testing facility. We have it in the country.
Go out of flow 12 drugs no mention. Economic supplier that is coming out many times with these drugs leni kalangao Swazi Farm supply. Now nibese niyawenda in lama report.
Mangayane so wetfele kamadima chair. Ubona tigulane letinyenti kakhulu ngalamanye amagama tigulane lapha Mangayane setingetulu kwalesibhedlela.
The PS in the Ministry of Health Kanyamabuza gave responses.
We are requesting Chairperson ukuthi sinikele ithuba ngoba besibukele the first quarter lapho sizirosha ukuthi singathi nje i-supply yamaphilisi singene kule ukuthi si-reconcile ukuthi the supply sisifikile emakayeni vele ingiyo nasemakhaya sine full report of Makayane nje in particular.
The Honorable Committee gave the Ministry of Health 14 days to draft a report on this matter and submit it before the committee. Reporting Samgalsiwe Khoza and Zimuva Shongwe, Parliament.
The Ministry of Health has disclosed that it owes Eswatini Post and Telecommunications Corporation 26 million Malangeni for telecommunications services. This was said during a Public Accounts Committee session with the Ministry of Health.
On Wednesday, during a Public Accounts Committee session with the Ministry of Health, the ministry revealed that it owes the Eswatini Post and Telecommunications Corporation a staggering 26 million Malangeni. As a result, some government hospitals are now operating without critical telecommunication services.
Kulama facilities lamanye nokuke akukaphele ilogo bese kusikhathi lesizwe ke vele sikwelede sikhulu kakhulu kumbe angasikhumbuta ebusiko ukuthi sikweleda kanganani ka EPTC
selache nabongela basendlini 26 million.
PAC Vice Chairperson Manzini said the committee is concerned about the impact this is having on communication within the hospitals.
Airtime controlling office because lapa in 2019 so we 2019 and we are devoted ukuthi i-communication ihamba njani nje lapha na usebenta khona usebentela khona le emkhuzweni kukhona leli kwendako le ibeyitsini nje i-provision lendako ukuthi kube nangabe ne-communication nenda njani.
The PS in the Ministry of Health Kanyamabuza gave responses.
PAC because siyacela sihelp with all due respect. Kungathi ngasina ifika with such request inikwe le priority, because any small or delayed intervention in health means life. Loko sawungcongcothe kungendeki ngale kuba naletinkinga, so siyacela sinangabe le model yatholakala manje le health inikwe as the most essential and necessary means. Nayicela team betfana nabo mortuary betfana nabo theatre. We talk about people's life, we emergency.
The Minister of Health also reported that government, with assistance from development partners, is working on closing gaps in the health sector and ambulances are gradually being purchased. Reporting Samgalsiwe Khoza and Zimova Shongwe, Parliament.
And to this now, the Ministry of Health says with assistance from micro-projects, the ministry is renovating mortuaries situated in some government hospitals, such as Peaks Peak Government Hospital. Now, this was said during a public accounts committee session with the Ministry of Health. Yes, Samgalsiwe Khoza with more on that story.
Following a site visit, Public Accounts Committee report, the Ministry of Health has announced ongoing efforts to improve mortuary conditions across the country. With support from micro-projects, the Ministry's planning officer said the Ministry is currently undertaking renovations to upgrade poorly maintained mortuary facilities.
The recommendation, though FAM of another recommendation, there is very gentle assessment with micro-projects about the issue that is available mortuary 7 and then the recommendations. So when they are on your would say, by the end of July.
The committee debated this audit query.
Now, why this because my contractors and the contractors can snaban with about works building why this
emkhuzweni kune structure lapha sihle sakhiwa kahle but asisetshenziswa but ungena idust lapha edula kunalo furnace khona something very simple uthi into leti njengaleto ngabe singaze dithathe iminyaka noma dithathele kaze sakhiwa lesakhiwo. Same things applies nasenhlangano.
The Director of Health Services, Dr. Velepo Kelo, gave responses.
Shothi Peaks Peak Government Hospital ubekana two lama theaters, one in the general theater sengena ke ya gyne or obstetrics gyne. So ngale renovation lendeka ke maternity I affected le theater yaka maternity isengakavuleki ngoba iye renovate. But si confirmile nokuthi bayakhona kuyisebenzisa lena lekhona, although le general theater yinzala nayo isadinga attention, and I think office like planning belikela ibuka ukuthi ingayilungiseka kanjani nayo.
The Public Accounts Committee continued with other matters touching on the misuse of government funds by the Ministry of Health. Reporting Samgalsiwe Khoza and Zimova Shongwe, Parliament.
The Ministry of ICT in Lesotho has sent a team in the kingdom for benchmarking purposes. Now, the team was received by the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of ICT, Andreas Dlamini.
We also have the Department of Research, Science, Technology and Innovation busy with something that they call indigenous knowledge, where we bring our cultural and traditional ways of doing things, because as we get into the modern era, as we develop, we should go along with what is good for us, what has been working for us, and make sure we put it in such a way that it is measurable, it is scientifically proven, and then be able to translate it into the modern age and modern society, for us to make sure that we leverage what we already have and not just go for what is coming from outside. We hope we'll also get what Lesotho is good at, and even in terms of the traditional ways of doing things, in terms of traditional medicines, in terms of these traditional remedies that alleviate ailments, sicknesses and diseases, but be in a position that we are able to measure the quantities.
This year's Manzini Day will be held on the 25th of this month, that is July. The Manzini Day was launched by the Manzini RA Chief Kicha in his offices on Wednesday.
The Manzini Regional Day is a day held annually which sees small and medium enterprises from the Manzini region showcasing their different handcraft and artwork, as well as exhibiting their products. Speaking during the launch of this year's Manzini Day, the Manzini RA Chief Kicha says this year's big day will be held on the 25th this month.
Ngitawutfula Manzini Day kutsi kulomnyaka Manzini Day ukuthola ukhono uyaqhubeka ngaJuly mhla ka-25 kodwa nasingakafiki 25 kunamhla ka-20 lapho senda i-business walk khona lapho senda umshukumo wekufuthumeta umtimba sahambe.
He says ahead of the day there'll be a business walk on the 20th this month which will raise awareness on the day. He says the day has grown over the years and attracted many people and many exhibitors. Ndabazabantu Lukuma Vimbela thanked on behalf of local chiefs, inviting SMEs to come in their numbers.
Egameni labo babe ngifuna ukubonga kakhulu kubabe RA ngivukhuluma ngewebsite. Iwebsite imqoka kakhulu.
There's also been a website that has been developed where exhibitors can showcase their work, marketing their products. Currently, the Manzini region is developing a newsletter to modernize the day. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi with Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
The Eswatini National Council of Arts and Culture has announced a committee that will oversee regional activities in the country. The committee will be chaired by Mandla Shongwe. The committee was announced by Arts and Culture CEO Stanley Dlamini on Wednesday.
Amongst other duties of the committee will be to register cultural groups in the country and promote culture countrywide, as well as managing cultural activities. The committee consists of members from the 4 regions of the country. Unveiling the committee, the Arts and Culture CEO Stanley Dlamini says they want cultural activities to be managed and the committee will work closely with chiefs, traditional leaders and government.
Manje ma-competitions lesiwela eveni kepha-ke ngalo msebenzi ukuthi semnyende kakhulu semaningi futhi nala ma-competitions la kakhona kungako lamuhla sitophakamisa libandla lesitalibita ukuthi bemgitho.
Dlamini further says they will come up with the judges committee and form other committees within their regions, which they will be working closely with. The chairperson Mandla Shongwe says they have been tasked with the work and they all agreed that they will give it all they have.
Umsebenzi malangeni lamahle siniketiwe wona sabaniketa lithuba ngamunye nambanginika lithuba kwekuthi utawukhona yini.
He says it is their wish to see our culture taking strides and reaching greater heights. Those interested in hosting cultural activities will have to contact the committee. The committee has been given a period of 1 year in office. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi with Temba Shabangu, Manzini.
The Construction Industry Council, in partnership with the United Nations Development Programme, that's UNDP, has committed 666,000 Malangeni to the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Programme. 17 young graduates have successfully completed internships in various construction companies between September last year and March this year. Now, this milestone was announced during the launch of the UNDP CIC Graduate Internship Programme 2.0 held at the Happy Valley Hotel in Eswatini.
We are also proud of the host construction companies who have committed to invest towards human capital development in the sector by hosting the interns during the period, and for tertiary institutions who continue to play a key role in educating the younger generations towards becoming a productive workforce.
Resident representative of the United Nations Development Programme, His Excellency Hendrik Franklin, affirmed their continued support for the program, highlighting its critical role in driving economic growth.
So I'm very encouraged by the efforts of the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini, notably through the Ministry of Economic Planning and Development, which has financed this initiative, and also the Ministry of Sports, Culture and Youth Affairs, in collaboration with UNDP and other partners in developing the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program.
Echoing this commitment, the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Planning, Tapsile Mlangeni, who represented the Minister Dr. Tambo Gina at the event, emphasized that the government is fully behind the program.
Our country's development depends more on general education. We must cultivate sector-specific skills that are directly aligned to economic opportunities.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Construction Industry Council says there is a need for stronger collaborative efforts to promote youth employment and entrepreneurship as youth unemployment remains high.
Statistics tell us that young women and youth are the most affected by unemployment, wherein they exceed 50%, especially in the Shiselweni and the Lubombo regions.
The Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program is a partnership between the government, the private sector, tertiary institutions, and civil society organizations supported by the UNDP. The program supports young graduates between the ages of 18 to 35 to gain work excellence, skills, and access while earning a monthly stipend. It also reaches out to young people with little or no tertiary education for artisanal skills training and entrepreneurship for business startups. Reporting, Nelson Langamandla, Manzini and Derek Msibi, Eswatini.
And to this now, the Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, the Honourable Mangoba Khumalo, has urged landlocked developing countries to collaborate for major economic development and to mobilize financing for new initiatives. Making his presentation in Spain during the landlocked developing countries meeting, the minister said merchandise trade, critical for trade in these economies, remains disproportionately low. Now, he added that high trade and transport costs, along with plummeting foreign direct investment, have also affected Eswatini. The minister says Eswatini is committed to programs for action, that provides a roadmap for 5 priority areas: trade facilitation, structural transformation, transport connectivity, technology, and climate resilience. He mentioned that in an effort to meet these priority areas, Eswatini aims to increase mining contribution to GDP sustainability through targeted investments in modern mining technologies, streamlined licensing processes to attract foreign investors, and partnerships to develop value-added processes or processing facilities. The Honourable Mangoba Khumalo also highlighted that government has launched a strategic initiative to exploit untapped mineral resources, including coal, gold, quarry stone, amongst other initiatives. He emphasized the importance of collaboration for development of landlocked developing countries. Right, just like that, we segue into the world of business, where we take a look at financial indicators to give us a sense of how markets performed today in the Up Next financial report.
Standard Bank.
Tekpo Federation officer Nogwazi Dlamini says local Tekpo players have attended this year's singles teams or league in their numbers, which shows the growth of the sport. The league is sponsored by Premier SUB with a package of 50,000 Malangeni.
Teams are fikile. All our active teams are here, so we have 4 groups of 5.
Eswatini Tekpo Federation Development Officer Nogwazi Dlamini says the return of the Premier SUB league has showed significant growth of the sport in the country. Manzini says the competition that is played in singles format will have 4 rounds before the actual champions are awarded. She says it is quite amazing to see how all local clubs have pulled up in their numbers to be part of this year's competition. The Premier SUB sponsorship to the federation is worth 50,000 Malangeni. Different players who are taking part of the competition have assured the organizers that they are trying to reach this year's finals as everyone. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msunera, Mbabane.
Eswatini School Sports Association President Zakele Mieni says the return of basketball schools games will contribute immensely to the development of the sport in the country. Mieni says that school sports games have always been entertaining with the presence of basketball games.
With basketball, there is solo sport legacy phambili.
According to Zakele Mieni, the Eswatini School Sports Association President, it is quite amazing seeing the return of the basketball school games after a long period. Mieni says they are working hand in hand with the Eswatini Basketball Association in order to improve the games and have them consistently each year to come. Mieni applauded the current executive headed by Clement Lamini for seeing the need of returning the games. Schools like Lusoti High School are amongst those to have made a return, with the overall biggest numbers of schools in 2025 coming from the Lubombo region. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msunera with Patricia Msibi, Mbabane.
Right, and just like that, we hit the home stretch of the news at 10 here at Eswatini TV. Before we go, here's a quick reminder of news making headlines tonight. The Ministry of Health has recalled 12 types of expired and poor quality medicines in a year. The Ministry of Health owes EPTC 26 million Malangeni. And government is renovating mortuaries situated in some government hospitals around the country. Right, and just like that, we hit the home stretch, rather the conclusion of the news at 10 here at Eswatini Television. Before we go, we cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the team at Eswatini TV. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much for choosing to stay with us. For now, it's good night and God bless.
Ngikuphela ukulizama ukubalekela ukuthi singumndeni simunye sivale kwazana sonke.
Yini lamanyala lawa wena uyaphila kahle la?
No.
Angeke uyimele lempilo ufuna kuyisusa. Utawushaka kabuhlungu.
What the hell is going on? Don't touch me. What is she doing here?
Angicabanga sinecabanga le nto le. Angesabi impi.